All right. Welcome in to another episode of the Boulevard. Week 9. Can't believe we're saying it. Week 9. It's here. We're 60%, 65% of the way through the season. We'll have playoff rankings here soon. But yeah, another good week of college football. A little less intriguing games compared to last week, but football's football, so we're gonna enjoy it. A couple quick announcements here. College basketball show will be Sunday morning. Me and Jose will be on the pod live show, breaking down what I love best and what Jose's really good at. So we're gonna have a good time Sunday. College basketball show. I'll post the time on X. Y'all can just hop in. It's gonna be a great time. Any teams you might want us to break down, we can definitely do that for you. Um, but yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? I'm feeling much better, so uh, should be no coughing for me tonight. How's everybody doing tonight?
You sound a little better, for
I,
sure.
yeah,
Um,
I feel a lot better. I lost almost 10 pounds.
I was gonna say you look a little skinnier too. Um,
Yeah,
I think it was our first losing week on the pod in a long time. Maybe all season,
yeah,
right? I think we went
yeah,
1-2. Notre Dame covered for us. Just some bad calls on our end, I guess. But overall, still having a really good year.
yeah.
Um, you're right. I'll be here on Sunday with you, John, to discuss some college basketball. I know that's your favorite sport. It's probably my favorite sport to bet on. Um, and we were just talking about right now off the pod the early season tournaments this year, especially that players era festival is
Mm-hmm.
absolutely loaded.
Yeah,
So there's always like it's always bittersweet when college basketball starts because like to me that signifies it's near the end of college
Yeah.
football season. But at the same time, there is like a good like what month period or so where like both sports interlock.
yeah,
So that's like maybe, and I'm also born that month next month, so it's fair to say it's the happiest time of my life, I guess.
yeah.
When you have all
You
these
can
things coming
always
together.
find something to watch now. The next few months, there's always
Yeah.
something on.
Mhm.
But yeah, the air's changing here. It's real cold. It's crisp. The leaves are falling, and basketball's on. This is when I really my just serotonin's through the roof. I'm so happy. This is my favorite time of year, and it lasts all the way up through April. And then I get depressed the entire summer.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm super excited. Yeah, it is our first losing week. Jose will give us our record here. We're still way up, having a good season. Listen, guys, it's gonna happen. We said it. We're gonna come back to earth a little bit. Um, and it was Tyler's fault. It was his week to post the best bet. It was his week to post the best bets. So we're just gonna blame it on Tyler.
That's crazy work.
How you doing, T?
How you
I'm all right,
doing,
bro.
Big T?
I'm all right. I'm watching this Delaware Middle Tennessee State game.
I
Yeah,
am too.
Huh?
I said I am too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Delaware's uniforms are low key kind of fire.
They
I
are.
love.
They are guys,
I
dude.
love it.
Even their regular unis are pretty far too. But
Like the off-brand Michigan.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, doing good. And yeah, just watching this game. Not the best slate of games this weekend, but still definitely gonna watch. It's gonna be raining here all weekend long,
Yeah.
so I ain't gonna be doing anything else. So
But that's what makes this so great, right? Is that when we have like these slates like this, where it's not the best, it doesn't matter because the numbers are still out there. Once you put money on it, it gets
yeah,
it's
Makes it
amazing.
fun.
So
It's
yeah.
weeks like this too where you see some upsets. Like
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
the weeks where that is kind of like, oh, this week
Yeah.
sucks, and then
It doesn't look good on paper, and then it turns
some
out to be fire.
crazy stuff happens. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, we're gonna hop right into it tonight. We can do a little recap from what we saw last week, and then we'll hop into. We got a few games that we can go over tonight for y'all. But yeah, let's go through last week really quickly here. We don't have to spend too long on it. But there was a lot of upsets, a lot of big games. I'll kind of go through the list. Georgia comeback win in the fourth quarter over Ole Miss. Defense stepped up in the fourth quarter. This Georgia team, man, second half, I don't know what it is, but they figure it out. Offense is hanging tough. It's different this year. It's the defense that is really, really struggling here. Be interesting to see how far this Georgia team can go. I don't consider them a national championship contender, and just to be honest, the defense isn't good enough. But the offense. I'm really happy with how the offense is playing.
I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. I turned this game off. I thought UGA was cooked, at least from a spread perspective. When I started watching it again and I saw they were covering, I couldn't believe it. That fourth quarter they dominated, and I think the constant here is just Kirby Smart. Like that just goes to show how good of a coach he is. That his in-game adjustments are probably second to none. I always have a lot of respect for him. This was a play that we had given out on the pod for Ole Miss, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like we got this one completely wrong. I mean, they were the right side for the majority of that game, but it's why it's important to follow us, guys, because things change.
All three of us.
Things change, and we all said Ole Miss on the pod, and then we all ended up betting Georgia, and Georgia ended up covering by 1. So, as much as I hate to sound like I'm contradicting myself, you get different news, you get a different feeling in the air, you see the pregame, things change. And this was a situation where you said, okay, you know what? We said Ole Miss initially, but we're going to lock in Georgia. And thankfully for us, UGA ended up coming through. But I mean, we broke it down to a T for the most part. It literally just finished 1 point off the spread each way. So really can't get any closer than that. Really impressed with the game plan that Ole Miss threw out there. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I thought they played fantastic for 3 quarters of football, but again, they just don't have the athletes. They don't have the in-game adjuster that that Georgia has on the sideline. So really impressive by UGA.
Yeah. Big Teach, anything for that game for you?
No. I mean, yeah, it was a really good game, and like Jose said, I think Georgia just that coaching adjustments at halftime, and I think Kirby's one of the best adjusters there is. To come out in the second half and do what they do. So I mean, does it surprise me they did what they did? Not really. But no, it was an overall good game.
Yeah. Real quick, Billy Napier gets fired. Kind of what I had said that he was going to be fired no matter what. That's kind of what the rumor was, and he does get fired regardless of beating Mississippi State. So he's fired. They're looking for a new coach. Sounds like it's going to be down to Lane, Eli over in Missouri, James Franklin, surprisingly, and a guy I really like. I think he could really change the culture. Brent Key. It kind of sounds like those are the guys over there. If I had my pick of the bunch, for one, I don't know why Lane Kiffin would leave. I love what he's doing at Ole Miss, and he's getting good recruits. He's a top 10 team every year. So I don't see why he would leave. I could see Eli maybe leave Missouri. But I think Brent Key would be a good hire for this. I hope they don't hire James Franklin. You're just asking for mediocrity, man. So, but yeah, you guys got anyone in mind that you would lean towards?
I don't think it'll be Lane Kiffin. Anytime a job comes up in the state of Florida, his name gets thrown in the ringer for whatever reason. Honestly, a name that I did think about was James Franklin. Now I don't know if they'll do it, but just
if you want mediocrity, 9-3, good recruits, then go for it.
I think it's going to be James Franklin.
Yeah, that's the first name that came to my head, and I think Brent Key would be a good fit because I think he can. I think the style of football that he coaches is a good fit for that school and that program. Now, whether or not will they do it, I don't know. But
I think a name to keep an eye out for, and I mean, maybe it's as the season goes on, it's going to become more and more obvious. It's probably Alec Golish over at South Florida. Like just depending on how this, like I say, he's already in the state, right? And he just beat them. So if we go get him, that would make some sense, I guess. But my gun to my head right now, I'm going to go James Franklin.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you think they'll take a chance on another G5 guy?
I don't think. I mean, I don't think they will. I think you'll get that. I think it's easy to make that connection just because he's right there and he's done so well this season.
Yeah,
but I don't think they should. I think they need like an established P4 coach.
I think they would get a lot of backlash if they went G5 again.
Yeah, I agree. I don't really see it. Yeah. I mean, I think the home run hire would be Lane, but I think it's gonna be James Franklin.
Yeah. I do too. That's honestly the first name that came to my mind when they announced it was. I mean, they're probably going to do it.
No. Jay Norvell over at Colorado State, the wrong Norvell, gets fired.
Got the wrong one.
Yeah. We won't really. I won't stay too long in this, but apparently this is a highly sought after job over the Mountain West.
I mean, as someone who may be a little familiar with the Mountain West in this area, Colorado State does have resources. They do put money into this program, which is why I guess they got rid of Norvell. But Norvell was a good coach. Like he got results at Colorado. Yeah, like I don't understand. When John first sent this, I thought it was a joke. Like someone was saying, "Oh, like the other Norvell got fired," and then he really did get fired. And I was like, "What? This guy just won 8 games last year, 9 games. Like I don't know what Colorado State's cooking up over there. They must have a name in mind, or there must be some sort of scandal coming out. Because I thought Norvell was. I mean, maybe you agree with me, Tyler. I thought Norvell was a good coach.
I did too. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I mean, especially I don't know who they're going to get to replace.
Yeah,
as far as names goes,
they must have something lined up. They have to have something lined up.
Yeah, there's a rumor,
and it's got to be
that it is highly sought after job here. So
I can see that
it's gaining a lot of interest from some better named coaches, I would say.
Yeah.
So
and their quarterback transferred today too, or said he was transferring.
Yeah, Father Nicolosi.
Yeah.
Other than that, Mike Norvell gets a vote of confidence from the AD saying, "Hey, you're our guy. Keep going." There was another one too. Luke Fickell up in Wisconsin gets a vote of confidence.
That's crazy. They're ass, dude.
I was wrong. I was like, this team is cooked. But
I think just ADs are seeing it's if you want to fire one of these coaches, not only do you have to fire this coach and pay what was Norvell's buyout, something $60 million or something like that. You got to shell out millions of dollars for that. Then you got to go hire another head coach. He's going to cost you another $50 million right there. Then you got to bring on his staff. Then you got to supply this coach with NIL money to bring in his players. You're looking at $100 million easy. For Florida State, for example, you want to get rid of Norvell. At what point do you just ask yourself, you know what, dude? There's no one here lined up that's a significant enough upgrade, unless you were gonna get Cignetti, he's gone now, so I don't really see who you're gonna shell out the money for.
Yeah, and the problem here is these coaches are just getting these huge, fully guaranteed contracts, and the schools are stuck with them. You're stuck with them, or you got to buy them out, which takes resources from your team and your facilities, and so it's just it's a little ridiculous.
I mean, Fickell's contract goes for 2031 or something.
Yeah,
so, his buyout would be insane.
The old Michigan State coach, what his buyout was insane.
Mel Tucker.
Yeah, Mel Tucker. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But yeah. Anyways, that's on the coaching front here. We're gonna run through these games just real quickly so we can start breaking down this week. Miami gets upset by Louisville. Louisville played a good game there. Anything y'all want to throw in on that real quick?
Just as we were starting to give Carson Beck praise, he goes off and does Carson Beck thing.
That's on us. We gave out Miami. Now we didn't bet it, but or at least that wasn't a best bet, but we did say Miami. And you know what, Carson Beck, your true colors show at the end. You know what I mean?
Really
that's the Carson Beck that I know. So that's tough.
Georgia Tech Duke. I watched this whole game. I love Duke. Duke was the better team. They should have won this game, in my honest opinion. The offense just shot themselves in the foot, fumbling at the one, stupid plays. Duke's defense held strong all game up until the last 8 minutes or whatever. I thought Duke was a better team. They should have won that game. But stuff happens. Brent Key, his teams fight hard and stick with it the best as long as they can until something goes their way. They get a turnover or something. Vandy handles LSU. I didn't see a whole lot of this game. Jose, I know you were on Vanderbilt here. Vandy looked pretty good last week.
Yeah, a lot of money came in on LSU too. I think this line closed at +1 or something like that, or a pick almost. So there was a lot of love for LSU in the market. Vanderbilt was clearly the better team. I think I watched this entire game, to be honest. Pavia looked great. What I love most is the offensive line for Vanderbilt just absolutely dominated LSU. I'm not saying LSU has some amazing D-line, but I mean, they still have a lot of potential NFL draft picks on that D-line, and Vanderbilt just held their own. I just want to say real quick, I know we talk about head coaching opportunities, and I know Tyler, we're talking about how Arkansas can hire. I don't know if there's any connection there whatsoever. There's any rumors there, but Clark Lee deserves a look.
Yeah,
what this man has done at Vanderbilt is nothing short of amazing. I don't know if they would want him at Arkansas. I mean, if it was me, I would take him there in a heartbeat. But maybe there's no connection there. I think this man is one hell of a coach. And if you guys remember, I know, John, you'll probably remember this. Maybe like 5 years ago when Baylor won the national championship in basketball, in college basketball, right? They played like this montage of like Scott Drew when he first got hired, his first ever press conference. And he goes up there on the board and he says, you know what? Like, we're going to make this team a national championship contender. We're going to win a national championship. This is what I came to Baylor to do. Anybody that doesn't remember Baylor, like back in the day, they were one of the worst college basketball programs. They had no history, no pedigree. They were a really, really bad job. You guys remember when Clark Lee first got hired at Vanderbilt? He walked onto that press conference and he said, I know Vanderbilt. We know this program can be national championship contender. We know we can build something special here, and we're going to do that. And everybody laughed at him. He's doing it, like right in front of our eyes, dude. He is doing it. I don't know. I can't explain it. If I'm Arkansas, if I'm you, Tyler, that's my first call right there is Clark Lee, because that man can coach. That man can coach, and what he's doing at Vanderbilt is a miracle. Props to him. Props to Pavia. And Pavia Heisman odds, I'll tell you what, I haven't taken a look at them yet. I don't know if, John, you want to pull those up, but that has some legs. Like, if Vanderbilt makes a CFP, like, it would not shock me at all if Pavia is at least invited to the room. Because, again, like, what he's doing there is ridiculous. Phenomenal.
And Vandy has a legit chance to make the college playoff.
They do.
Too.
Plus
they do.
700. Fourth on the list.
I don't know what those opened at. I can tell you right now it's probably north of 50-1, maybe 100-1. Yeah. And I would if you can find double digits on that, I would put some money on there.
Yeah.
But amazing.
Ohio State pitches another shutout, but it was against Wisconsin. But still, I mean, that defense is unbelievable. Who else here? Arizona State handles Texas Tech. I didn't really see a whole lot of this game. I know this was one of our best bets here. I know that Morton did not play, if I'm correct, right? Morton yeah. So Arizona State kind of dominated, not really dominated, but controlled this game the majority of the time. It seemed like up until the end they about blew it. But anything on that game?
I took Arizona State live in this one. I like what I saw out of them. I thought Dillingham had a phenomenal game plan. The problem with Texas Tech, again, we've said it before, is that they're only going to go as far as Brandon Morton takes him, and he's so injury prone. If he's not going to be playing, then who knows what the future holds with this team. But Sam Leavitt showed me, like he proved to me, Sam Leavitt did that the drop off from him to Jeff Sims might be the greatest drop off in the history of sports. Like that is such a significant drop off in talent, and whatever point spread, like he's probably worth like 14 points to that spread. That's how not even saying that's how good Sam Leavitt is. That's how bad Jeff Sims is. So just food for thought going. If this guy gets hurt again in practice and Jeff Sims is starting, they better give you another 14 points to even think about betting Arizona State.
Yeah. Big T. Arkansas hangs with Texas A&M here. Did you watch a lot of that game? What did you see?
Yeah, I watched bits and pieces of it. I'm not gonna tell you I watched the whole thing thoroughly, but I mean, it's kind of the same story as what the rest of the season has been. Our offense is actually playing really, really well. I would really appreciate it if Taylor quit some dumbass interceptions, because he's if he could quit turning the ball over, we'd win a couple of these games. But it's like a key thing in like every game that we played in so far, he's turned the ball over. So, in the games that we've lost. So. But Bobby's got this offense rolling. I'm going to say it. This offense is really good. Omega Blake has been a freaking stud for us at receiver. He really has. We actually ran the ball, which surprised the shit out of me.
What year is he? Is he going to the draft? Because he's shooting his stock up, bro.
Yeah, he is. He is. I don't know if he is or not. I mean, I don't blame him. I doubt he comes back regardless if he goes to the NFL or not. So.
What's the intel over there, T, as far as the head coaching thing? Is it going to be Petrino?
Bobby's to lose.
Yeah, it's Bobby's to lose at this point in time, to be honest with you. There's a lot. Honestly, the majority of the names that are being thrown around, I don't think any of them are reasonable or rational. I thought the same thing with Calipari in basketball. So, like, that was kind of out of nowhere. So, like, I'm not dismissing any of these other names. But for whatever reason, like Rhett Lashley's at the top of everybody's list, and that would be, I just don't see that happening. John Gruden's name is getting tossed around a lot. The head coach from
Honestly,
Memphis.
I don't know if I'd want Gruden, but
I don't. I mean, it'd be a cool name, I guess, but I don't know how much it'd really help. Memphis's head coach is getting tossed around a lot.
Clark Lee being tossed around at all over there, Tyler?
Not really. No,
that's
he's
surprising
really
to
not.
me. He's an SEC guy.
I know, and I like.
Why would Clark Lee want to leave Vanderbilt for Arkansas at this point? Other than
for money, I tell you right now,
other than funding, yeah.
Arkansas can pay the hell out of him if they want to. If they want to, I mean, I agree with what you're saying, John. I'm like, that would be my first call if I was Arkansas. Would be Clark Lee.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't know why it's not. And hopefully, I don't know. They may get there, but they may try to do the basketball route and get a splashier name, and throw a little bit more money into it. I don't know, but I mean, like. Don't get me wrong, Arkansas has not been good, but Vanderbilt has been worse than Arkansas by far. And what he's doing at Vandy is just like, okay. Yeah. Like, you've at least got to entertain the idea. You know what I mean?
I would jump on it.
Yeah, 100%.
And I know we're not talking basketball, and I'm not gonna sit on here long. But the Calipari thing was kind of a unique situation. It was. He was like he wanted more money or something, more commitment, and
he wanted out. He wanted out of Kentucky too.
He did.
And he left to go to look around, and Kentucky is like, well, we don't want you. Like, so that kind of worked out for you guys on that one.
It did 100%. But that's got everybody in Arkansas thinking, oh, well, if we can go get Calipari, then we can go get Rhett, or we can go get Dabo, or we can go get whoever. And it's like, it's not the case. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah. We got to get through these games real quick. Texas wins in overtime, looking like the same Texas they've looked like all year. Mizzou Auburn, absolute banger of a game. My boy number 9 screaming at him. Let's go. You know what time it is. That had me hyped up, bro. I was pumped up. But Missouri wins that game. I had them on the money line. That was a lit game. BYU pulls another one out against Utah. Another one. You guys got anything on this BYU team? I can't believe it.
No, this is the same team as last year. Same exact team as last year, bro. You cannot convince me otherwise, dude. Who are they playing on my birthday? Because I remember on my birthday last year they played Kansas and we faded the hell out of them. I need to see what they're playing on that day. That was my birthday gift. I'm gonna do another birthday gift this year. I don't care who they're playing because this team is not that good. I think at one point Utah, I didn't really watch this game as much as I wanted to, but I was kind of, every now and then I would tune in. At one point, Utah had 500 yards of offense and 14 points.
That's crazy.
Like how does that, dude? This BYU team, dude. I don't know, bro. Like maybe it makes sense because like they're a religious team, so God's looking over them, whatever God they believe in. But like, dude, like Jesus Christ, bro. At some point, like even God's got to be like, you know what? I can't do it this time.
Yeah, well, that about wraps up last week. We're going to move into this week here. We got about 5 games we're going to cover for you tonight. And like just keep a watch on the action, the Twitter, the X or whatever, and Reddit. That's where you're going to see our plays. But let's start off here with Ole Miss at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's defense looked really good again last week. Tears kind of settling back in. I don't really have a whole lot on this game. I'll let one of you guys take it here, but I personally believe here if this is a defensive battle, Oklahoma is going to handle this pretty easily. If it turns into a shootout, I like Ole Miss to win this game outright. If it turns into an offensive shootout, which I just don't know if it will or not. Ole Miss's defense just really didn't look too good to me last week. But I don't know if Oklahoma's offense could keep up. But yeah. You guys got anything for this game sitting at plus 5.5?
I like Oklahoma here. I honestly feel like Ole Miss, their game plan last week against Georgia was so good. It was great, really. Like I really love the way Lane tried to incorporate the try to get Trinidad Chambliss calm. That was his first ever road start, and in an environment like that. So I appreciate the game plan he had, and I thought they executed it, and it still wasn't enough, right? And that Georgia defense, we talked about it, it's just not good. They're going to see a massive step up in competition this week against Oklahoma, guys. And again, when you throw the kitchen sink, like I think the game before Georgia that Ole Miss played against Wazoo, and they just barely won that game. And we just said, like, okay, they didn't show anything. Like this was a pure, like, let's just get a win, or whatever means necessary, and walk out of here and get ready for Georgia. They saw these next 2 games. They said, what do we have a better chance of winning? Do we have a better chance of beating Georgia on the road after Wazoo, or do we have a better chance of beating Oklahoma on the road after Georgia? I think they said we have a better chance of beating Georgia on the road after Wazoo. We're gonna have a full game plan for that game, right? And it wasn't enough. And once you throw the kitchen sink at one game and you lose it, now you got to go on the road at Oklahoma, pick yourself up off the mat, and come up with a whole new game plan against a defense that's 10 times better.
Yeah,
I just don't see it. This Oklahoma defense is legit. It's proven to us, really since Brent Venables has been hired, that they are one of the upper defenses, not only in the SEC, but in the country. Now, I get what you're saying, John, about the Oklahoma offense, and you're right. Like, ever since Materia came back from his injury, he hasn't looked right. This Oklahoma offense hasn't produced right. But if you're going to get right, it'd probably be a good chance to get right against Ole Miss because their defense is not that good either, right? Yeah. So, overall, I really like Oklahoma here, guys. I think they win by about 10 plus. Again, I just can't see Ole Miss picking themselves off the mat like that and producing another game like that. And again, they lost anyways. They lost by 8. So I like Oklahoma.
Could we see Austin Simmons this game?
We could. I mean, it wasn't Trinidad Chambliss. Like, he wasn't the reason why they lost. Like, it was the defense. Yeah. I know they only gained 1 yard in the fourth quarter, but again, you got to give some credit to Kirby there. I wouldn't put it on Trinidad. We could see Simmons if Oklahoma beats the shit out of Trinidad, then I guess we asked him in.
Even Tyler mentioned it earlier in the year. Me and him both talked about it. Is Austin Simmons didn't even look good when they were playing Kentucky. He looked really bad.
No,
I mean,
real bad.
Trinidad looks like the better quarterback to me. But Big T, you got something for this game? Or
no, I'll be on Oklahoma as well. I agree with everything that Jose just said. And back-to-back road spots are tough.
Yeah,
are really tough. And I tend to like to fade the teams who are on, that second half of the back-to-back road teams or the road games. So
yeah, huge shout out to Alabama too. By the way, I mean 4 huge ranked wins the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, they're a wagon, dude.
Yeah,
that might have been the biggest fluke of all time, and them losing to Florida State. Like, Florida State ass.
I think it was more just kind of settling in with Ty Simpson here. Took him kind of a game to get going, and Florida State had an all summer game plan for that, and they had a good game plan going in. South Florida at Memphis here. Memphis suffers a pretty unfortunate loss to UAB last week, but a stat I saw today is teams that fire their coach are 6-1 against the spread the next week. So shout out to UAB, they got it done. But yeah, South Florida coming to town to play Memphis. Memphis is plus 4.5. I don't really have a play here. I do lean South Florida. I do think they are the team to represent the G5. And they continue. They just they do have some experience. They've played some tough games this year. I like South Florida in this spot.
I mean, I think go back on your UAB point real quick. They certainly couldn't got any worse. Like when they fired Trent Dilfer, he was that bad of a coach. So
they are real bad.
So, I mean, we just talked about Sam Levitt worth about 14 points. I mean, that should be worth 20 points just firing Trent Dilfer. To the spread. I mean, look, Memphis is. I want to say the look-ahead line on this was -3 for Memphis, and it's jumped to 4.5. It's mainly because Brendan Lewis, their starting quarterback's out for this game, or at least the rumors are he's going to be out. I don't expect him to play in this one. I think obviously the odds makers kind of agree with me here, which sucks. This would have been a great game had they been fully healthy. Like, this really was a game that I was looking forward to watch. Like one of those sicko games where only the college football like diehards would be amped to watch this one. This was one of those games, and now it's kind of taking the luster out. I guess I'll go South Florida here, guys. I'm still not a believer in this team. I'm not gonna lie to you, but they have been costing me money all year. Because every time I fade them, they always come through. They come through the other way. I think last time we bet them was against we took North Texas, and they beat the shit out of North Texas. So whatever. Yeah, they got the healthy quarterback. I really, really wish this game would have been both these teams fully healthy. No official play, but I'll lean South Florida on this one as well.
Big T.
I haven't played anything either, but I would imagine, especially if Brendan Lewis isn't playing, that South Florida will go in there, handle business. Look, I mean, they know that what's on the line. Memphis is not going to be that G5 team anymore. South Florida is the favorite for that and still has a good chance as anybody. So I think they know what they got to do. So I think they'll get the win.
Yeah, I watched Memphis one time this year actually against Arkansas,
Yeah, same.
and Brendan Lewis was the whole reason they won that game. He kind of kept him in it, used his legs.
Mm-hmm.
He's a veteran quarterback, a lot of experience. So if he's out, I have this line closer to a touchdown, maybe 6, 7.5, 8 points.
Yeah.
But we'll move on here to. I don't know if we're going to talk about this game or not, but I'll bring it up real quick. Tyler, Auburn traveling to Arkansas. Arkansas is a favorite here. You got anything for that game, Big T? Auburn at Arkansas?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this line opened up the opposite way with Auburn being favored.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. Is there an injury? Is like for Auburn, or is there just hella money coming in on Arkansas?
Just money on Arkansas.
Arkansas's played tough. Arkansas's played tough. They're at home. You know,
they're fighting. They're fighting.
They are.
They don't. I think there's a big difference here too. Is they don't. Arkansas don't have nothing left to play for. They're playing just to play ball for Bobby and get through the rest of the season. Maybe get to a bowl game here, right? Auburn's got a lot to play for. Hugh Freeze, this team, Jackson Arnold looks awful. They've got a lot to play for here. So I think there's a lot of pressure on Auburn here, and I think it might get to them. Arkansas can kind of play free in my opinion.
Yeah,
but I don't know. What do you think, T?
I agree. I agree with you 100%. It's hard to judge these Arkansas games, like especially with the amount of games we're losing by 1 scores. Because if we had any resemblance of a defense, then like we would really be okay. We really will. And like I know Jackson Arnold's not playing good. Auburn's offense isn't playing good, but you know, Memphis scored 30-something on us. So I mean, you don't have to have a lights out offense to be able to score on our defense right now. You just don't have to do it.
Yeah.
I guess I would lean Arkansas at home because I will say our offense has been humming. If we can cut the mistakes out on our end, and if we can get Auburn to turn the ball over even once, I think that would give us a really good chance to actually win a game. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, Arkansas has this curse against Auburn to where we just tend to lose like damn near every year, regardless of being the better team or not. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I would lean Arkansas here just because our offense is playing really well. And I think they really do want Bobby in that spot. Now, I know a lot of Arkansas fans don't, but I mean, the players are telling me something completely different. So
yeah, he's openly admitted he wants it. So
yeah, nobody in Arkansas that I've talked to wants him to get it for whatever reason.
I will say this: if there was ever a game for Jackson Arnold to look good, it would be this game.
It would 100%.
And Cam Coleman might have 200 yards.
100%.
You just never know, man. You never know. Jose, you got anything for this real quick?
Yeah, the question you got to ask yourself is, has Auburn quit? Right? Because they didn't quit last week. They played hard, but you can only sustain so many like soul-crushing losses in a row until you finally say, you know what, screw it. And this is where it comes down to coaching, I guess, not from an X's and O's perspective, but more from just like a motivational perspective. Like Auburn, like they had some real aspirations. They thought they could compete in the SEC this year, right? We talked about it in the pregame and in the preseason pod how Auburn, they had enough talent to compete at a high level. It was a make or break year for Hugh Freeze. They put a lot of money into the program, and they have the results aren't there, and if you're a coach, like you have to now convince your players, hey, not only am I a dead man walking, I need you guys to still play for me. I know that we're not going to reach the heights that we thought of. I know we have a lot of talent on this team, like Cam Coleman. You're going to be playing on Sundays, but I still need you guys to go out there and play hard against Arkansas. You got to be a hell of a motivator, to get those guys to buy in at this point. Arkansas on the other way, again, depending on how good of a motivator Bobby Petrino is, he could say, you know what, guys, I might not even be here in a few months. So I'm going to go out there. I'm going to call whatever plays I want to call. We're going to have a good time. We're going to play. We don't have that many NFL guys. This could be it for you guys. Just go out there and play. Let's have fun. Every time you guys step on that field, it could be the last time. We don't have the NFL raw talent, that other guys have. And, I know we've lost some pretty tough games too, but guess what? We weren't expected to be all that great anyways. You know what I mean? Like, we're still competing. We're still fighting. So this is a game where it's going to come down to motivation, in my opinion. And Arkansas playing at home, I can see why the line flipped that way. Yeah. If you would have told me that Auburn was 100% locked in, they were going to give you 100% effort, then this line would not be Arkansas minus 1.5. This line would be Auburn minus 3.5,
Yeah.
But again, I question how many times can Auburn, lose the way they lose and then continue to get up and play hard for a coach who's not even going to be there in a few months. So
yeah,
I'll take the homicide hogs here.
And another thing I found real interesting, real quick, is the and I don't, my sources have been pretty good this year, but Hugh Freeze kind of come out and said I'd love a vote of confidence from my AD, and he didn't get it. Like they never came out and said anything like, "Hey, we're with you,
Yeah.
we back you," or nothing. So, it's just kind of shows where his fate lies here. But we'll move on to um, Missouri and Vanderbilt. Missouri plus 2.5 on the road playing at Vandy College. Game day will be here. I do not have a play on this game either. I'll give you my plays at the end here. I do love this Missouri team and how hard they run the ball, how they fight, how the defense plays, the edge rushers. I love how the edge rushers get after the quarterback here, and they're going to have to if they want to win this game and slow down Diego Pavia. Um, is this the end for Vanderbilt? Do they finally lose, or their second game of the year, or is Missouri still dancing? What are we thinking here, guys?
Do you want to go?
This is a tough one. This is a tough game.
This is a tough game.
It is a tough game, but I'm going back to the well. I'm going back for fifths, and I'm taking Vanderbilt again.
Oh,
I'm just doing it. I've got to do it.
Yeah.
Until they give me a reason not to. There's no reason for me to say that Missouri is going to go in there and beat them. Look, I'll be honest, I'm a grade A hater on Missouri. I really am. Now, I think they're better this year than what they have been the past couple of years, but their schedule's bullshit. I'm going to go ahead and say it. They don't play nobody. Even this year, they played, 7 weeks at home?
Yeah.
Or some dumb shit. So, no, look, Vanderbilt is physical as shit in the trenches. They are physical as shit. They will run the ball down your throat, and Poppy is throwing the ball pretty well too. A lot of people, yes, he is a running quarterback, but he has actually thrown the ball pretty well.
He really is. Yeah, he really is.
And so when they can kind of balance that, Vanderbilt's offense is legit. Like it really is legit. They play physical on defense. I think they will play the same brand of football that Missouri wants to play. And to be honest with you, I just think Vanderbilt is better. And so I'm going to take Vanderbilt home. I sure am.
What I can tell you is that I've seen a lot of respected bettors coming on Missouri. And when this line gets to 3, it does not last very long. I expect it to be a close game. I really do. Like, this is a game I never really thought I'd be hyped for, but I cannot wait to watch this game.
Yeah.
This will be a banger of a game. I wouldn't say it's an eliminator for the CFP, but it's getting close to it. Like you can only lose 2 games to get into the playoff, and each of these teams only has 1. You got to be perfect the rest of the way. I can't go against Diego Pavia, dude. I can't go against him, dude. He's been cashing too much for us this season. For me this season, historically, he's been one of the best ATS against the spread quarterbacks we've seen. Like they just cover. That's what they do. Yeah. I mean, I'm not the biggest Eli Drinkwitz fan, anyways, but I am one of the bigger Clark Lee fans out there.
Yeah.
So it would feel wrong of me to not pick Vanderbilt. You talked about it though, Tyler. Like he can't throw the ball. Like a lot of people just assume he's gonna run the ball. No, he can't throw it, and he's been throwing it at a pretty high level. He has Eli Stowers at tight end, who's one of the better tight ends in the country. He has weapons on the outside. And again, like Cedric Alexander, the running back, is one of the more underrated running backs in the SEC. Don't get it wrong, Missouri has some players too. This will be a back and forth game, a great opportunity to live bet, in my opinion. Like if Vanderbilt jumps out, 7-0, I would take Missouri plus 6 live. Like I wouldn't have no problem doing that. I think it's a close game, but if I'm betting under field goal here with Vanderbilt at home, massive opportunity for them. Again, they're gonna have game day, like John said. Yeah, it's tough for me to go against them, guys. It really is. This will be a game I have some coin on. I don't know how much yet, but I will have some money on Vanderbilt. Top 10 Vanderbilt, they win this game, they could be flirting with top 5. Like they really could.
Yeah.
I don't know, John, if you could pull their schedule up real quick, but I mean, this team, I'm telling you right now, like to make the CFP, it has some legs. Like if they win this game, I really, really don't see. If I remember correctly, I don't remember seeing anybody on their schedule that really scared me like that. I think they got to play Texas. That's a winnable game, like in my opinion.
At Texas, Auburn at home, Kentucky at home, at Tennessee.
Yeah, like if they win this game, they could lose one of those games and still make the playoff. And I think they could beat. I think they could beat Texas. Like I think they could. I think they could beat Tennessee.
Yeah.
So, who would have thought? But here we are.
Yeah.
So official play or going to a lean or a play for you on Vanity here.
I'm playing Vanderbilt here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll play them.
All right. We'll move on here to real quick. Illinois, Washington. You guys got anything for that game? Washington -4 here. Illinois coming off a bye, I believe, but traveling across the country.
That's always the toughest part when you got to travel to time zones like that. But
Yeah.
regardless, I still like Illinois in this one, to be honest with you. I'm kind of surprised it's +4. I thought it'd be something smaller. I know Washington's really, really good at home. But when you watch this Washington team play, it just seems like something's missing. Like they're supposed to be better than what I think they're better than what they're showing me. I think they have better players than what they're showing me. But against Ohio State, I really came away disappointed. And last week against Michigan too, I just thought that they should have done more than what they did against Michigan. That game was there from the taking. The final score was 24-7. It was closer than that. It's just like they're missing something, guys. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but I lean Illinois in this one. But I do want to talk about that BYU Iowa State game.
Okay, I'll go back up to it. Yeah, as much as of a hater of Illinois I am this year, I also, when this line opened, it was kind of one of those lines where I was like, I don't know about that. So I also lean Illinois here. BYU at Iowa State. Iowa State -2.5. Can BYU keep rolling, Jose? What's got you intrigued about this game?
When you look at it, like the spot almost seems too right for Iowa State here. Like it just seems like it's too easy, right? Like you're not even laying a field goal on some books. You got Iowa State off a bye. BYU just came off, a rivalry game, a very, very tough physical game against Utah, and they got to travel all the way to Iowa. You know what I mean? It just seems like it's too right here. But like I said earlier, you can't go against God. You just can't go against God at this point. Like if this is what God wants to happen, or Brigham Young, whatever God they believe. I'm not really familiar with the Mormon religion, but I'm sure they have some sort of a God they believe in.
The God of football.
Whatever it is, the football God they have out there. Like it's really, really hard to go against that man because he works in mysterious ways and he's working wonders for this BYU program right now. This team is not as good as they show you as they are. 7-0. You just have to ask yourself, is this the spot to fade them? Now, my answer would probably be yes. You get Iowa State off a bye. You get Iowa State with some. You get one of the better coaches in the country in Matt Campbell. Iowa State's defense has been playing better as of recent. A lot more physical play. They got some guys back in the linebacker room that's going to be makes them healthier. And that's all BYU can really do is run the ball. Like Bear Bachmeier, their true freshman quarterback. Yes, he can throw it, but their offense is predicated on running the ball with LJ Moore and then running the ball with Bear Bachmeier. And Iowa State has the defensive line and the linebacking corps to help neutralize that. This line just it screams trap to me, guys. Maybe it's just me here. To me, it just screams trap. Like, why is it not a field goal? Why is it not more than a field goal? Like, are they giving BYU too much respect here? Like, okay, like this team is undefeated. They're 7-0 again for the second year in a row, and they have some, they've had some decent wins. But when you really dig into the stats, you really dig into how this team's winning games. Like they should have lost against Arizona. And they were down 14 points with like 5 minutes left, and they came back and won. Again, they had 500 yards. They gave up 500 yards on defense against Utah, and only gave up 14 points until very late in the game. Like that just doesn't happen, guys. Like the turnover luck they have is insane. Just the way the games play out is insane. The fourth down variance they have is insane. Everything's going for BYU. I'm gonna give out Iowa State. And I'm sure before this thing kicks off, I'll be on Iowa State for some large coin because I think this is the opportunity to fade them. But damn, I feel like I'm walking into a bear trap on this one, guys. I really do. I really, really, something's screaming trap to me. But you know what? I'm going to fall for it. I'll take Iowa State in this one.
Yeah, it's at a flat 3 on BetOnline.
That makes me feel a little better in a weird way. And again, to someone who's not familiar with gambling, they're going to think, what the hell are you talking about? But the fact that line is moving against Iowa State, or I guess whatever you want to say, like it makes me feel better. Like, I don't know, even though I should want to get the better line, I feel more comfortable laying on -3 because it would be less trappy to me.
Yeah. Tyler, you got anything for this one?
No, this was a game I've looked at and
I just can't bet BYU.
I can't either. Like, and to be honest with you, I don't feel good betting Iowa State either.
Like, I don't either. But I'm gonna do it.
I agree. If I'm gonna wait for it to come back down, but it's 2.5. But yeah, no, I don't feel comfortable really betting either way. But I'll do it. Yeah, for sure.
But as Iowa State, not like the clear side here. Like it's so painfully obvious that it makes me scared.
Yeah. I
Oh,
get
go
what you're
back
saying.
up to that Mississippi State, Texas. Was that one that you passed, or is that further down?
No. It's
Okay.
further down.
What? Speaking of trap,
here it is. Texas at Mississippi State. Mississippi State sitting at +7, over under 45.5. Go ahead, Tyler.
yeah. Speaking of trap, in what world? Like, what am I missing here?
Trap. I'm telling you right now, this is the trap.
It's the trap of a
And
lifetime.
I know John already bet it. I think John already fell for the bear trap. Am I wrong, John? Did you
listen, this is my dollar of the week. Mississippi State's gonna win.
This is what, and I've already bet it too. I bet it at 7.5. But why? Why is it at 7? Why is it at 7.5? Why is Texas laying a touchdown on anybody?
Listen, yeah, this is my dog of the week. This is +225. I love Mississippi State here. They've played really hard every single game this year. Blake Shapen makes an awful pass. That's it. I don't even know why they're passing there. Just run the ball, get in field goal range in the game, whatever. But regardless of that, it's a new week. Mississippi State gets their first SEC win, and I don't even know how long at this point. I love Mississippi State here. I do not care, trap or not. Texas goes to Kentucky, wins in overtime. Texas has now to travel to Mississippi State. It is hard to play and travel in the SEC regardless of who the team is. Let me tell you, this Mississippi State team is much improved from previous years. And I truly believe that's what you're getting with this line on Mississippi State is just the same old Mississippi State. I think Mississippi State wins their first game of the year right here.
Yeah, I don't, because I fell for it last week bet on Florida because thinking, like, why are they 9.5-point favorites? And Mississippi State's played some good ball, like on offense.
Mississippi State,
their offenses look pretty good on offense.
Well, even the defense played pretty good last week too. They're not. The thing with Mississippi State is that they're not elite at anything. They are not elite at anything, but they are good enough to cover spreads. They are good enough to cover spreads. I love Mississippi State here. I'm already on them. Plus, I think I took them at +6.5. I love Mississippi State here. My dog of the week as well. So, little dog of the week early for y'all here. Mississippi State wins this game. First SEC win in a long time. They're playing hard ball. They're playing real hard.
I took it at 7.5, but I don't, for whatever reason, I don't feel good doing it, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know why Texas is 7.5-point favorites. Yeah, Jose's gonna be all over Texas. I may waffle back like to,
right now,
to
guys.
Texas, but
every
why,
week.
But like, why though?
Every week, like when these new lines come out, I scroll through each and every single one, and I think to myself, which one just stands out to me? Which one just doesn't make sense to me? And this was the one that stood out to me the most. And I said, oh, there's no way in hell Mississippi State should be 7-point dogs at home against Texas. There's just no way. There's just no way. That doesn't make any sense to me. This Texas team with that quarterback is there any reason whatsoever in your guys' minds to believe that would make you believe that Arch Manning will eventually turn it around? Because let's just call a spade a spade. Yeah. He's been dog shit. Like, he is not good.
Maybe next year if he comes back.
Is there any reason to believe whatsoever that he's going to turn it around? Do you have a reason to believe so?
Next year when he's playing for SMU, maybe, but he ain't gonna be at Texas. No, I don't think so. I really don't.
Like, because I asked myself this question. The only reasonable answer I had was, why do I think he would turn it around? His last name. Like, that's the only reason why I would think he would turn it around. Like, is that enough reason for you to believe that he still has something left, like something in the tank, or no?
For me, no.
Because he's been that bad. Like, he's been really, really bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Really bad. No. For me, no. I mean, because anybody in his family with the last name was never this bad.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason they got this last name.
Listen, at home, Mississippi State's 4-0 against the spread. For the year, they're 6-1. Like I said, this team is not elite, but they are good enough to cover spreads and keep it close. I love Mississippi State here. I know he had a pretty bad week with us last week, but Collins on him also a respectable better. Yeah, I project this closer. I think Texas will win this. I mean, I know Mississippi State's my dog of the week here, but Texas should win this game. But I have it at like -2. Texas -2. I love Mississippi State here.
I think
they're 6-1 against spread, 4-0 at home.
I think this was the spread when they played against Arizona State, like week 2 or something like that.
Yeah,
Mississippi State, you know, and you just gotta ask yourself,
fire.
That was an amazing game, you know.
Fire.
But and that was a game that Mississippi State really
Is Arizona State better than Texas?
I would say no. Me
No?
personally.
Okay.
I mean, if you put them on a neutral field, I think Texas would be favored. Is what I'm saying. Like, do I think Arizona State can beat Texas? Yeah, I do think they can beat them. You know, but I think if just from a pure numbers perspective, you put them on a neutral field, I think Texas would be favored. I'm taking Texas. I'm sorry. I'm taking Texas -7. I'm telling you right now. Like,
and on the road, Texas is 0-3 against the spread. Now, law averages would say that should change, right? But I love Mississippi State this week. So Tyler, you're on Mississippi State. Jose's on Texas. I'm on Mississippi State.
Yeah. This trap's gonna hurt, but I mean, I feel like I have to. You know what I mean? Like, I just.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, yeah. I will not bet on this Texas team.
I can't. Oklahoma was my one time
we
to
did
bet on Texas.
We did bet on them already.
We did only one time.
You know what time it is.
That's all I'm gonna mess with them probably.
Yeah. Texas A&M survives the scare last week against Arkansas, getting 2.5 points on the road against the LSU team that I have questions if they still have fight or not. Just being honest here, I have no play. But I do love A&M. I like Mike Elko. I think this defense is real good. I think Arkansas' offense is very good, which is why they kept it so close last week. Like we said, Arkansas don't have nothing to play for. They're just out there playing ball. So I you know what I mean. I like A&M here. No official play for me. But I would lean A&M anywhere around 4 would be about as high as I would go.
Death Valley at night, T. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, but I think this LSU team's cooked, to be honest with you. I do think they're cooked. I don't think they've got shit else to play for. I don't think Brian Kelly's going to be there. I question what all they have left in the tank and that they're playing for it at this point in time. So, I mean, now this is exactly the game, historically, that A&M will lose.
Yeah.
Just because they do it every year. So this is that type of game. And it's why it makes me want to bet LSU, to be honest with you. And I haven't done it, but I probably will be betting this game. But it'll probably be at like 30 minutes before kickoff kind of deal when I do bet this game. Yeah. But, I mean, everything so far as of to now has me pointing to betting the A&M. But Death Valley at night, we've talked about it multiple times. It's a different beast. It really is. It's a different beast.
It kind of reminds me of that game last year when LSU hosted. I think it was Ole Miss at night, and they were 3-point dogs at home, and they won in overtime. And I want to say Brian Kelly's only ever lost once at night in LSU. Like, you know, like, and yeah, it's a fortress. They have one of the better home field advantages.
They do.
Another game where, like, when I was scrolling through the weekly like matchups, and I thought to myself, like, damn, that's light. 2.5 is all A&M's laying on the road. Like, I feel like to me, it almost felt trappy to me. Like damn, like I feel like it should have been more, just based on what we've seen this year.
Yeah.
You know, that being said, I'm laying it with A&M. They're gonna fucking rout these boys, dude. There's no way that LSU wins this game, dude. Are you kidding me? Based on what we've seen this season, this is the they call it Death Valley. This is the deathbed for Brian Kelly, dude. Because after they lose this game, they're gonna ride his ass out of town, bro. There is no way he survives this loss. Dude. He's another guy.
They're gonna be booing him at halftime.
I mean, and I'll tell you right now, they go down 7-0 off the bat. Oh my goodness, this crowd is gonna turn all over Brian Kelly, guys. There is so much pressure on that man to win this game. Could he do it? He could, I guess. I mean, like I said, they are playing at home, and it is a fortress, and they do have some talent out there. But I mean, you want to talk about disappointments? Yeah, Garrett Nussmeier's been disappointing, but Berrien Brown, someone who was at Kentucky, who tore it up at Kentucky, like, dude, where have you been? He hasn't done anything this year. You want Nick Anderson, receiver from Oklahoma that transferred to LSU. He was like a top 10 recruit in the portal. Bro, where have you been? I think he's like fifth in the depth chart. Like, where are these guys at? What happened to this team? You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. There's no way I'm going to bet this team. They cannot run the ball. They can barely throw the ball. You know, I just seen them play against a team of a similar makeup in Vanderbilt last week, and they got their ass handed to them. A&M's going to own the line of scrimmage. They're going to own the trenches. Marcel Reed, I'm not the biggest fan of his, but he does have some talent. You know what I mean? The talent is there. It's apparent. Le'Veon Moss is one of the better running backs in the SEC. I don't care. I don't care what the number is. I'm laying it with A&M. I don't care if it's a trap. It's not a trap. They're going to cover the spread. They're going to win this game. There's no way that Brian Kelly walks out of this unscathed. He'll lose. That's what he does. And on top of that, it may be the death sentence for him. I think this has potential to get ugly.
It sounds like we're all in agreement here for the A&M. That might be a best bet this week. You agree too, right, Tyler? A&M?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I do believe that will do it for this week. We will give out some bets here, though, for y'all. Let's give some bets out, and then we'll wrap this thing up. As we start transitioning to basketball, you're going to see less volume bets from me on football and more just best bets and more volume in basketball. So I only have 3 football bets this week. Give me Alabama minus 13.5 going to South Carolina. Listen, this Alabama team, I know they have played 4 grueling, tough games, but I am thoroughly impressed with how this team is playing ball, how they've defensively, offensively, and South Carolina is one of those schools that I'm questioning now. Like, how much motivation do we really have? I almost think Shane Beamer's clocked out, bro. He's clocked out, ready to go to Virginia Tech. In my honest opinion, I think he's clocked out, ready to go. Same with Lenore Sellers. I said it. I think he's ready to get out of there and transfer, go somewhere else. I love Alabama here, minus 13.5. I don't care if it's a big number. I think they win by 28, 25-28, something like that. Give me Alabama, especially with the resurgence of Ryan Williams last week. He looked incredible against Tennessee. This is my biggest bet of the season, actually. A two-unit bet on Alabama minus 13.5. South Carolina. I just think South Carolina's done. I think they're done. I think they don't have any motivation at all. Love Alabama. My second biggest bet of the week, already talked about it, Mississippi State plus 6.5. And also my dog of the week, Mississippi State. I think they win outright. We've already talked about it. Give Mississippi State. Last but not least, a little bit smaller bet, but a bet I do like and will be my third best bet of the week is Michigan State. Huge game here, big rivalry matchup. I'm betting against Sharon Moore here. I do not like how he's coaching with Bryce Underwood under center. I think that he needs to let him free it up a little bit, get going. And I was impressed with how Michigan State kind of hung with Indiana there for a while last week. I think they're another one of those teams that are good enough to cover the spread. They're not elite at anything. They have an experienced quarterback who does make mistakes, but they're good enough to cover the spread, especially in a rivalry matchup. So give me Michigan State as well. I love Michigan State this week. And that's my 3 bets. Big T, what you got?
As of right now, I bet Mississippi State, Vandy, and Oklahoma. I'll be on some other stuff as well. I'll be on A&M and some other games, probably Iowa State. I'll probably be on them as well. I have not taken it yet, but just follow us on action. I also picked Mississippi State for my dog, so if you're on that one, I'll have to pick a different one. And
you're good. You can take them. I'll pick a different one, but you can have Michigan State. I'll find me another one.
So that's
actually, I already got another one for you guys. You know why? They're 6-1 against the spread. Colorado State just fired their coach. Give me Colorado State on the run. Wyoming can't score. Give me Colorado State.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Jose, what you got?
OU, laying it. Texas, laying it. Vandy, laying it.
He's
A&M,
favorites this week.
Laying it. And you guys know I don't take favorites too often.
He never takes favorites. He's either going to go 0-4 or 4-0.
I'm laying them. I'm laying it. I'm laying all those 4 schools. Oh, Iowa State. I'm laying it.
Laying it. Yeah.
I'm laying it.
I was looking through there, and it was honestly hard to find some dogs.
You want a dog?
You feel comfortable betting it.
I'll give you a dog this week. And Tyler and I have been the whisperers for this team all season, but I think it's finally time to jump off the train. I think it's a great time to fade this team. Give me Baylor plus 3.5, plus 4 money line against Cincinnati. I'm sorry, Scott Satterfield. Your time is up, dude. We rode you as far as we could, and you did a great job for us. But it's time you come back down to earth. I'm sorry, your team is not this good. Baylor, Sawyer Robertson, one of the better quarterbacks in the Big 12. I think he'll cook you guys on defense. I'll take Baylor money line. That'll be my dog of the week this week. I think they come through for me. We'll see exactly how good of a whisperer we are on the Cincinnati team.
That will wrap it up for this week. Jose, what is our best bets record, and how much are we
We
up
are
on the year here?
18-9 plus 9.5 units. I don't know if we decided what our best bets are going to be this week. I would imagine A&M will probably be one of
Sounds
them.
like A&M for sure. We'll have a couple more.
Maybe OU.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
So 18-9 on the year, still having a great year. Listen, guys, you're going to have losing weeks. We had one last week. Luckily, we had a little cushion there from where we've been doing good. So follow us on Action on Twitter, X, whatever, and check out the Reddit, college football subreddit, over on the sportsbook page. That is where you'll see our best bets posted.
Real quick, John.
Yeah.
Real quick. Again, I don't want to give out a dog because I've been saying favorites this week. What the hell is Cal doing as a 6-point dog against Virginia Tech? How in the hell is Cal a 6-point dog against Virginia Tech? That makes I'll be on Cal for sure. There's no way with our quarterback. There's no way. There must be something going on that I'm not with this Hokies team that I'm not familiar with. Like, did they already hire Shea Beamer? Did they already hire him or something? I don't get it because there's no way. I think it's a Friday game.
It is Friday.
I'm gonna look into that a little more. I'm not gonna lie to you guys because that makes.
I was looking at that too because it's down to 5 on Bet Online.
Oh, I think it was 6
that
earlier.
Number is coming down. Yeah, it is
5.5.
I don't know what. I'm sorry. I had to just jump in real quick. That line made no sense to me.
You're good. But yeah, guys, X, Action, Reddit, you'll see our best bets. Stick with us. We're doing good here. Again, a big announcement for me, my happy time. College basketball show Sunday, and I'm super excited to have Jose joining me this Sunday. He's very knowledgeable, just as good as me at college basketball betting. Knows a lot about a lot of these teams. And me and him together, we make a really good team because he knows certain things about certain teams that I might not know. So I'm glad to have him on Sunday. It's going to be a fun show. We're going to break down the big four conferences and then give out some mid-majors. And if there's any teams you want me to break down for you, I can do that if you'll throw it in the comments. I will do a giveaway as well. If we have a decent amount of viewers in there, live viewers, I'll do a pretty good giveaway. We'll see what it is. But, so hop in there for the giveaway Sunday for the NFL games. Listen to some college basketball to get you ready because it's my time of year. I'm starting to already transition over. So we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends. We're almost at 50 subscribers. The views have been awesome. Make sure you're liking the video after you watch them. And we're going to try to stay on a roll for you guys. Keep giving you winners and keep breaking down these games and these teams. So follow us on Action, _Boulevard, Jose 808, Jay Humphrey 25, Tyler Lyles 918, right, Tyler?
Yep.
Yeah, See, I got it memorized. Follow us on X and Reddit. We appreciate you guys. We do this for free because we love it. So, we're not making any money here. We're making money with you guys. Y'all have a great night. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. Help us get to 50 subscribers. Tune in to the basketball show Sunday morning to maybe win a giveaway. We'll see how many people we got in there. But, yeah, y'all have a great night. Peace out. We love you.